Hey y'all, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Annalise and this is my channel where we get planty with it. So I have my iced coffee. Let me take a sip. Are y'all coffee drinkers out there? Comment down below. Anyway, today I'm doing a video that I did not expect to do. As you guys know, in the past month or so I moved, so for the few months leading up to that I wasn't buying any plants. I wasn't on an official like plant ban, but it just didn't make sense to bring new plants into my home knowing that I would be moving soon. So I don't know what happened, but once we moved and kind of got a little bit settled in, I bought some plants. Probably too many. I didn't realize how many until I gathered them up for this video, but right now I'm going to show you guys all the plants I've purchased in the last month since I've moved. So if that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. So full disclosure, what really happened is I somehow discovered Mercari. My friend had told me about Mercari before. She had gotten some plants from there, but I never had the app and never was super interested in it. And then I downloaded it because I had to sell something during the move, so I posted it on OfferUp and I also posted it on Mercari. And while I was there, I was like, oh right, they sell plants on here. Let me just see what's going on. And that went down a spiral where I got a lot of plants. So it's okay, we're moving forward and I'm excited to show you guys these because I'm really excited about a lot of them. It's pretty much mostly Hoya and then a couple Philodendron and a Syngonium. So let's get started. First, I'm starting with a plant I didn't actually get on Mercari. I got in person at a plant shop here in Philly. I recently posted my first day plant shopping at a Lowe's here in Philly, so definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But after that, I went to a local plant store called, I want to say Stump. I'll put the name on the screen if I'm wrong, but I think it's called Stump. And I was just looking around and they had some really beautiful, healthy plants and I was drawn to this one. This is a Philodendron Prince of Orange. Look how pretty she is. This is a massive plant and there's two full plants in here. So there's two growth points, which is why it looks so full. And this one was only $24, which I thought was a really good price. This is like a 6-inch pot and a really, really full, healthy, beautiful plant. So I can't wait to watch this guy grow. This is one maybe I'll move outside in the summer. I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm gonna be making a video about that too because I'm finally gonna be putting plants outside at some point. Maybe this one, but I also don't want to risk burning it, but very beautiful. Okay, next up is the only other plant that I didn't purchase on Mercari, and that is this beautiful Syngonium batik. I've heard people say batik and batik. I don't know which one it is, but I'm gonna say batik. Let me get some of the other leaves like more unfolded. There you go. So it has this really beautiful white veination and it has a pink stem running down the middle. If you guys can see that. This one leaf for some reason is super, super white, but it's really, really beautiful. Anyway, this one I actually purchased from a friend on Instagram. We had traded before. He was local to me when I lived in New York and he was selling this guy from his own collection. I thought, you guys know I'm trying to build my Syngonium collection. If you didn't watch it, go watch my full Syngonium collection video. But I'm trying to build my collection and so this is one of the ones I'm adding. Super cute. I do have a tragedy about another Syngonium I tried to add to my collection that I don't actually have to show you here today. I ordered a Syngonium Aria, which I've wanted for a long time from Mercari, but unfortunately it arrived dead. The entire stem had rotted, so I did get a refund, but that was sad because no, I don't have an Aria yet, but one day, I'm not stressing, it'll happen. Okay, let's get into all of the Mercari purchases. Side note, this is not an ad for Mercari. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just really like buying plants, I guess. And Mercari makes it super easy, I guess. On the flip though, I did start a little Mercari store, I don't know if that's what you call it, where I'm gonna be selling some plants. I already sold a couple, but I'm gonna keep selling some on there. I still am selling on my Instagram mostly, but just for some other plants, some more common ones, I'll probably be posting them on Mercari. Okay, let's start with arguably the most exciting one, but one I'm also extremely nervous about. This was kind of an impulse buy because it popped up and it was such a great price. I had an alert on Mercari for this specific plant because it's been on my wish list and they come up frequently, but they're usually in the $200 or so range, which I was not gonna do. So I was hoping that someone would just, who knows, post one for cheaper, and they did. And so I kind of hopped on it. I think it was about $70 and I hopped on it and maybe I was a little bit too hasty with that decision, but let me show you guys. This is a Philodendron strawberry shake. And it does actually have really pretty pinkish variegation. There you go, you guys can see. It is really beautiful variegation, and she posted a picture of the mother plant, which looked healthy. Now, when it first arrived, the leaf wasn't this curled up. It's obviously dehydrated. It's not yellowing, so I don't think it's gonna fall off right now. But what I've decided I'm worried about, because I didn't do enough close examination before purchasing, is the node. So here's the node. So it looks like a good node. You can see the start of some aerial roots. No root growth yet since I've gotten it, but it's been probably about a week, so that's not crazy. But what I'm worried about is there a growth point? Now, it's really hard to tell. There's this little, I don't even know if you guys can see it. Next to the node, there's a little bump that I'm like, is that a growth point or is that just another node? I don't know. I mean, not another node. Is that just another aerial root? I really don't know. I mean, you can see it's a very small cutting and it's cut pretty close to the node, so you know, I'm not gonna lose hope, but I might have been too hasty and this might actually never grow, which would make me very, very sad. But I tried my best. If this doesn't grow, I will not be purchasing another one because of principle. Instead, I'll try to trade one, probably for a slightly more mature one or a rooted one. I'm actually thinking of trading a cutting from my variegated domesticum for a strawberry shake leaf, so if that's something you're interested in, let me know. I haven't cut my domesticum yet, but it's coming. Anyway, this was the first one that I will definitely update you guys on. I think I might move it into sphagnum. I don't know if that's gonna help, but sometimes switching the medium helps, who knows. But if you have a suggestion for this guy, please let me know. So the next plants are from Mercari, and they were actually a package deal. I think it was like maybe $12 or something for this package deal. Now, this isn't their impulse buy because these are plants that I have not particularly felt that I really, really wanted. Actually, that's not true. One of them I did mention in my wish list video, and I did want it, but that's kind of died down a little bit. I haven't been actively searching for it, but when I saw it in this bundle deal, I decided to go for it. So the plant that was in my wishlist video was a Bipenifolium aurea. Now, here this guy is. The Bipenifolium is the horsehead philodendron. I guess this looks kind of like a horsehead. And the aurea is the kind of yellow toned one. Now, looking at this, I don't know if this is an aurea. Now, I don't know if it's just this leaf has darkened over time or it wasn't getting enough light. So we'll definitely have to see. It was so cheap, so I decided to take the risk that it might be. Either way, I don't have a Bipenifolium, the regular green form either, so it should be interesting, but we're gonna see how this guy does. We do have a little root right there, so it's doing well just sitting in water. Now, the next one, if you know me, you would probably give me some shade for this because this is a plant that I've complained about not liking for so long and not understanding why people like it, and I still kind of feel that way. I only got it because it's in the bundle, and we'll see, maybe I'll fall in love with it, but I already know, Marianne, if you're watching this, you're gonna be like, girl, what the heck? So next up is a Philodendron squamiferum or squamiferum, whatever you call it. Here she is. I mean, it's kind of cute. It's kind of a cute little chunky leaf. I kind of like it now. Maybe I just needed to see it in person. Maybe that's what it was. And the petioles are like super fuzzy and they go from green to red, which is super pretty. This guy's a little cutting as well, so we'll see how this one does. This one I can see for sure has a growth point. No roots yet, but I'm sure it'll come with time. This dude's also sitting in water. So here are these two dudes in my little jar here. I mean, like $12 for both of these, like it's a pretty good deal. Okay, well now we're moving into Hoya mode. I've mentioned a couple times that I've recently gotten rebit by the Hoya bug, and it's coming full force. I'm gonna do a Hoya collection video soon, and this is definitely spoiling a lot of it, but I just wanna show you guys my new plants because I'm excited about them. First up is one I don't remember the name of, but I'll put on the screen. It's a cross between, I think, a carnosa and something, maybe a fungi and a carnosa, maybe, but I'll put it on the screen. But it was just a little one leaf cutting. It was a really good price, so I decided to go for it. Here's this little dude. I think the splashing on this guy is just so cute. It does have a little cosmetic damage, which is why I think she discounted the price, but super cute. And it's just hanging out in water, rooting up, and I can already see there's some decent root growth right here. Let me also mention one thing I like about Mercari that I didn't know about it until I started using it. You can make an offer on items. Like, I guess you can do that on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or whatever, but it's a lot more official of a process because you like submit your offer and they can counter offer, which I like, because if you find a plant you really like, but you know, you want to see if you can get a lower price for it, you can do that, and I like that. Okay, also in the one leaf club is this adorable Hoya Fischeriana. How cute. This one's getting kind of, I think, washed out by the light, but it is a super light green leaf. It has some really nice light colored veining. It was the veining that really got me into this plant. This kind of reminds me of the Hoya AH021, but the leaf shape is a little bit different and the veining is a little bit, maybe less. I think there's a little bit less veining, I would say, than the AH021. But yeah, this is the Hoya AH021. It arrived in this little cup of soil and I'm just leaving it because I don't want to disturb it right now, but I can see the roots in there are doing really well. Next up is a Hoya AH021. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. And it's this guy. I just loved how big these leaves are and they're a really beautiful tone. Now you can tell we are not passing the taco test today. This guy's really squishy, super dehydrated. I have it in spag. I definitely don't feel roots. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say maybe there are some, but let's look at it. Very little root growth. I mean, you can see the start of roots. Like, I think it'll be fine, but right now it's super dehydrated and just kind of flopping around. So just letting it be. It's living inside one of my cabinets, and so hopefully that'll give it kind of the environment it needs to thrive, because this one's super cute. Next up, another 2-leafer is the Hoya Cipitangensis. Here's this little dude. How cute. I think this guy's super cute, and from what I've seen, they can sun stress really beautifully, so I'm excited to do that. This guy's also rooting up, but I think it actually has some roots because when I pull on it a little bit, it doesn't come easily and it doesn't really bend, so I know the leaves aren't dehydrated, but this guy is super cute. Okay, next up is a Hoya I've wanted for a while and I found for a good price, so I was excited. I have the regular green form of this plant, although it's kind of been going downhill all of a sudden, so I have to chop and prop it. I wanted the variegated version. Now this doesn't have a ton of splash, which is basically what variegation is called some of the time with Hoya. It doesn't have a lot of splash, but it has some, so I'm excited to see how it does. But this is a Hoya Polyneura splash. Can you guys see the splashiness? Especially at the base of the leaves, there's this kind of like light green splashing. Like this one has a bunch over here. But there's some on both leaves. It's a little bit hard to see on the camera. There, maybe you can see it better there. But I can't wait for this guy to grow out. This guy was also an unrooted cutting, but the leaves are doing okay, so I think it might be rooting up okay in here. A lot of my Hoyas, I'll just root in sphagnum, just stick them in. Hoyas are great because they can grow roots pretty much anywhere along their stem. They don't need nodes like Philodendron need when you cut them, or Syngonium need when you cut them, or things like that. So Hoya are usually pretty easy to root, which is great. Next up, second to last, is this beautiful Hoya AH021 hybrid. I don't know what it's hybridized with, but that's what it was called on Mercari, and I just loved it. Look how beautiful this guy is. I just love the long leaf shape. There's some subtle veining and there's some splash on the leaves. It's so, so beautiful. And where'd it go? It just started putting on a baby. Little baby leaf there. I'm so excited. Hoya usually take quite a while to acclimate and get settled in your home before putting out new leaves, but this one really has only been here a couple of weeks and it's already putting out new growth. But this doesn't compare to the last one I want to show you guys. This is a Hoya elagiorum red hybrid. Sorry for saying it so slow. I'm reading the label because I don't know their names by heart yet, but look at this. This one I also got at the same time a couple weeks ago, and do you see this new growth? So all of those kind of purpley leaves are new growth. So this one right here is new. This one here is new. There's another one inside here. It might be hard to see, but oh, there's another one there. So it's putting out a ton of new growth. I'm so excited. These leaves are also super long. They look kind of similar to the one I just showed you, but in person there's a definite difference between the leaf shape and the veining. This one has less splash and the leaves come out like beautifully red. So I'm super excited about this one. This one seems like it's gonna be a fast grower, so I can't wait to propagate this guy. Usually I'm super hesitant to propagate my Hoya just because, I don't know, I just struggle with it because they're usually small plants, and so it's hard to want to cut back a small plant, but I think this one's gonna grow fast, so I think I'm gonna have to propagate it. It's really well rooted in here. It's just in soil right now, so I'll probably pot it up soon. Maybe I'll do a big Hoya repotting video because I really have to repot a bunch of them. Maybe that'll come soon after I do my full Hoya collection, which hopefully I will film next week. Okay, that was a whirlwind. Well, those are all of the plants that I've picked up this month since I've moved. I know, pretty bad. Don't tell my boyfriend. He doesn't really watch my videos, so we should be good. I definitely know I went a little bit overboard. I just was so excited to be in my new space and settled, and I was like, now I can order plants again. This is so great. But I think I'm gonna slow down. I do have one more plant coming two more actually plants coming that I've already ordered. But after that, I think I'm gonna really scale back and try to really focus on trades this summer. I know in my resolutions video, I said that was one of my goals, and it really is. So I definitely wanna work on doing more trades this summer. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Comment down below what was your favorite plant that I picked up this month, and what was your favorite plant that you picked up this month. This month, I don't specifically mean May, I just mean in the past 4 or 5 whatever weeks. Anyway, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!